Okay, so let's go ahead and finish where we left off. We need to go ahead and solve number 12. I've already got some of the work here, but I'll work through it. Talk through about, how we found those missing angles. Okay, so there's three parts we want to find. We want to solve for x, and we want to find the lengths of the sides, and finally the third thing, we want the smallest angle. Okay, first thing I would do is draw yourself a picture. Okay, triangle BET. Label the values that you're given. BE is 3x minus 5, BT is 2x, ET is 5x minus 1. You're also given the perimeters 44. So I can add my three side lengths, set it equal to 44. I can go ahead and solve for x, so I can combine my like terms. 3x and 5x is 8x, plus 2x is 10x. Negative 5, negative 1, so that's minus 6 equals 44. Add 6 to both sides. I get 10x equals 50. Finally, I divide both sides by 10, so I get x equals 5. So that's the first part. Now I need to find the values of the sides, so I can take that 5 and plug it in for x. So 3 times 5 is 15. 15 minus 5 is 10. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 minus 1 is 24. And 2 times 5 is 10. So I've actually got two sides that are the same. So that means that these two angles, E and T, are also the same. Well, 24 is bigger than either one of those two, so these two angles actually are both the smallest, and they're equal to each other. So I actually have two answers here for the smallest angles, angle E and angle T. All right, a couple other ones here real quick. So these, I've got triangle ITR. I have to decide if it's congruent. So I've got ITR. I would recommend that you draw the two triangles separately. So I have ITR. There's ERT. So it tells me that this angle is equal to that angle. It tells me that that angle is equal to that angle. And then they both have TR. So these would be the same because of that angle side. So ITR, and it's important to have the letters in the correct order. I matches up with E, so E comes first. T matches up with R, and then R matches up with T. Okay, number 14. All right, so I've got these two as being parallel, so I know that this angle is equal to that angle, and I know that these sides are the same. Well, if I look, this is my side angle. So they're not congruent. So this cannot be determined. Because side is not one of our congruence conjectures. Okay? All right, finally on 15 here, last one of this little grouping. I've got two triangles. Let's see, I've got two sides, two angles, two sides. So these are congruent because of side, angle, side. So I have M first. So M should be first on the second one. Then X, that matches up with Y. And finally D matches up with T. Okay? All right, last couple here. Just going to solve for X. If I've got two angles that are the same, that means I have two sides that are the same. So I can set those to equal. 3x minus 6 equals x plus 10. I go ahead and solve for x. So I'm going to get this, x is the smaller x over here, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So 3x minus x is 2x. I still keep that minus 6. Those cancel. I'm left with 10. Add 6 to both sides, so I have 2x equals 16. Finally divide both sides by 2, so x equals 8. On 17, I've got these two sides the same, so I know that this is also 4x plus 2, this side. Well, if this is 60 and these two are the same, that makes them all the same. So if this is 4x plus 2, so if this side also equals that side. So if those two sides are equal, that means that those two expressions are equal to each other. Well, now I can solve for x. I can go ahead and subtract 4x from both sides. So I've got those cancel, I'm left with 2. 6x minus 4x is 2x. Now I add 30 to both sides. So 2x equals 32. Finally, I divide both sides by 2, so my x is 16. Finally, on this last one, if this is 2x, that makes this angle here 2x because they're vertical. These two sides are the same, which makes those two sides the same, so that's 5x. Well, now I've got everything I need to solve for x, so I can do 5x plus 5x plus 2x equals 180. Combine my like terms, 5 and 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12, so I got 12x equals 180. Divide both sides by 12, so x is going to be equal to 15. And that's it for the review. Make sure if you have any questions, do not hesitate to send me a message on Edmodo. And make sure that you ask. Don't wait till tomorrow because, like I said, I'm not going to be here in class tomorrow. So any questions, make sure you ask me through Edmodo.